أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم إني أسألك أن تجعل عملي هذا خالصا لوجهك الكريم اللهم انفعني بما علمتني وعلمني بما ينفعني وزدني علما آمين يا رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to my Arabic class, lesson number 14. In a previous class, we were talking about verbs, that in Arabic, the fi'l is a bit more than the verb in English, because every fi'l in Arabic has a doer present within it. That's why the fi'l in Arabic undergoes a change based on who did the action. In a verbal sentence, we are looking for the fi'l and the fa'il, and as we just said, the fi'l will have the fa'il within it as a pronoun. Sometimes you need to mention the fa'il explicitly, not as a pronoun but as a noun. This can be done only if the fi'l is in the huwa or hiya conjugation. The fa'il in this case will be mentioned after the verb. It will be a noun in rough status. Today's class, the objective is to get to recognize the fa'il. So this will be a two-step process. As we said, every fi'il has a fa'il within it as a pronoun. So the first step is to get good at recognizing the pronoun fa'il that is always present in the fi'il. The second step would be, if my fi'il is in huwa conjugation or hiya, if it's in the huwa form or the hiya form of the verb, then I need to train myself to find the fa'il if it has been mentioned explicitly outside the fi'il. So every time I see a fi'il, I have to figure out the inside fa'il. If the fi'il is in huwa or hiya form, I also need to look for the fa'il that may be present outside the fi'il. So first task is to figure out the inside fa'il, the pronoun that is present inside the verb. When we were talking about pronouns, the dhamair, we said dhamair in Arabic are of two types, attached or detached. Dhamair muttasila and dhamair munfasila. The detached pronouns, dhamair munfasila, they are 14. They usually come as mubtada. However, the attached pronouns we said were of two families. Depending on their pronoun, we made a mnemonic to remember them. There was a kahin family whose members were kaf, ha, ya, and nun. These pronouns, we will see that they can attach to either ism, they can attach to the harf of jar, they can attach to the harf of nasb, and lastly they can attach to fi'il. Anytime you see any of the kahin pronouns, which were 14, hu, huma, hum, ha, huma, hunna, ka, kuma, kum, ki, kuma, kunna, the small ya, and the nun alif na. Anytime we recognize these, we have to look at the word before the pronoun. It will either be an ism, or it will be a harf of jar, or it will be a harf of nasb, or it will be a verb. Now, the second family of attached pronouns, we gave it the name ta, na, ween. It has these pronouns ta, alif, na, waw, ya, and nun. These attached pronouns are always only found within a verb. They always act only as the fa'il, the pronoun that doer that is found inside the verb. So inshallah we will start looking at these and start getting good at that. So in the past tense conjugation we saw the ta pronoun in the tanaween, the first ta, we saw it in fa'alta, the ta there, fa'altuma, fa'altum, fa'alti, fa'altuma, fa'altunna, as well as fa'altu. The ta pronoun that I'm seeing in all these forms is the pronoun ta that is from the tanaween family. This is the fa'il, and this is telling me who did the action. In fa'alta, I know anta did the action. in fa'altunna, I know that you women, antunna, did the action. The alif pronoun is found in two cases in the past tense conjugation, in fa'ala and fa'alata. The alif there is the pronoun, that is the doer. The noon alif, na, is only found in the past tense in fa'alna, nahnu conjugation. The waw is found only in the past tense in fa'alu, the hum conjugation. The ya pronoun is not found in the past tense forms, it will come in the present tense verb forms. And the noon pronoun is found in the hunna form of the past tense, fa'alna. So if you look at the words in the red, ta alif, noon alif na, waw, ya, noon. I'm saying that these are attached pronouns. They are found inside the verbs. They are the doers of the verb who did the action, the pronouns. So, and the next thing we want to talk about is if we want to mention the doer specifically as a noun. This is possible, I said, if the verb is either in the hua form or the hiya form. So let's look at some examples for that. So for instance, we want to say the Muslim went. So we can say it, dhahabal muslimu. The verb is dhahaba, this is hua form. It means he went. But I want to say not he, but I want to replace the he and mention an actual noun, the Muslim. So you take the hua form of the verb, and after that you put the word the Muslim, which is al-Muslim. And because it is the fa'il, its status is going to be raf. So I see a dhamma on it. Dhahab al-Muslimu is saying the Muslim went. But what if I want to say the two Muslims went? Dhahaba is for like singular form of the verb. Because I have only option of dhahaba or dhahabat. So even if my doer is singular, dual or plural, I can only use the singular form of the verb. If it's masculine, the fa'ala form. If it's feminine, fa'alat. I want to say two Muslims went, I will say dhahaba al-muslimani. Dhahaba al-muslimani. And similarly, if I want to say the Muslims went, then it will be dhahaba al-muslimuna. Dhahaba al-muslimu. So the fa'il, first I look at the verb, which is dhahaba. I try to find the inside fa'il. I know that in dhahaba form and dhahabat form, the inside fa'il is not seen. It is called dhamir mustatir, the hidden pronoun. So in dhahaba, I don't see any of the tanaween pronouns. I know it is a hua conjugation. This has been fixed in the language for when the hua does the action, but I don't see the pronoun in it. But I want to say the Muslim went, so I can say that by writing the noun after the verb and in rough status. Dhahab al-Muslimu, the Muslim went. Dhahab al-Muslimani, the two Muslims went. Al-Muslimani is in rough status. It is a noun coming after the verb. Dhahab al-Muslimuna, again rough status, una, and it's coming after the verb, so this is my fa'il. The Muslim went, the two Muslims went, the Muslims went. What if my fa'il is a female? In that case, I have to use the hiya form of the verb, dhahabat, fa'alat, jalasat, kharajat. So the ta sakun form. I want to say the Muslima went, singular, dhahabat, and al-muslimatu is the fa'il. It's a noun after the verb, rough status. If I want to say two Muslimas, two female Muslims went, dhahabat, and then al-muslimatani, ani, rough status, coming after the verb. This is my outside doer. This is my fa'il. And then if I want to say the Muslimas went, plural, dhahabat al-muslimatu. So the concept is, in every fi'il, there is an inside doer. There is a fa'il present within it as a pronoun. That pronoun may be absent, but because of the structure of the verb, it has already been decided that this is the form. So for instance, in dhahaba, I'm not seeing the pronoun, but I know it has been estimated for hua. In dhahabat also, I am not seeing the tanaween pronouns. This ta with the sukoon is not the pronoun. This is called ta utanithi, the ta for femininity. So in dhahaba and dhahabat, we are not seeing the tanaween pronouns. But these forms, they have been fixed, and I know what the estimation is. For dhahaba, it is estimated for huwa, and dhahabat, it is estimated for hiya. I can use only these two forms if I want to mention the fa'il as specifically as a noun. Okay. So I just want to make sure that we understand that whether the fa'il is singular or dual or plural, I can only use the verb in the singular form, dhahaba or dhahabat. So hopefully, inshallah, that concept is clear, and we are going to go ahead and do some practice.